Imagine a relationship seemingly filled with love and passion. You are cherished, adored, the center of your partner's world. But then, almost overnight, everything changes. Your once loving partner becomes distant, cold, and critical. The future you envisioned together crumbles before your eyes, leaving you bewildered and heartbroken. Little do you know you're caught in the web of a narcissist, and this is just the beginning of the discard phase. The discard, a brutal and calculated act, is the narcissist's final act in the play they've orchestrated. This leaves you feeling confused, worthless, and utterly abandoned. The pain is amplified by the stark contrast between the initial love bombing and the current icy demeanor. Understanding this painful truth is the first step towards healing and reclaiming your life. The discard hits like an emotional earthquake, leaving your world shattered and unrecognizable. The person who promised you forever has vanished, leaving behind a gaping void. Your mind, still clinging to the remnants of the idealized relationship, struggles to reconcile the loving partner you thought you knew with the cold, indifferent stranger standing before you. It's important to remember that you're not to blame for the narcissist's actions. Give yourself permission to grieve the loss of the relationship, but resist the urge to blame yourself. The discard often plunges you into a state of profound cognitive dissonance. This psychological discomfort arises from holding two conflicting beliefs simultaneously: the belief that you were loved and cherished, and the stark reality of your discard. The love bombing, the grand gestures, the intense declarations of love, these were all part of the narcissist's carefully crafted facade. The discard, while incredibly painful, is not a reflection of your lovability or your value as a person. Navigating the emotional minefield, the initial aftermath. The immediate aftermath of the discard is often the most challenging phase. The emotional rollercoaster is relentless, with waves of shock, disbelief, anger, sadness, and despair crashing over you without warning. Be patient with yourself and allow yourself the time and space to heal at your own pace. The narcissist's agenda, it's not about you. Narcissists operate on a different emotional wavelength, incapable of genuine empathy or the ability to form healthy, reciprocal relationships. You as their partner were never truly seen as an individual with your own thoughts, feelings, and needs. By shifting the focus away from self-blame and towards understanding the narcissist's internal landscape, you can begin to reclaim your power and move towards healing. Fueling the ego, the hunger for narcissistic supply. Narcissists are driven by an insatiable need for what is known as narcissistic supply. In the early stages of the relationship, you, the enamored partner, provided this supply in abundance. However, as the relationship progresses, maintaining this level of adoration becomes unsustainable. The discard is rarely a sudden, isolated event. Instead, it often emerges as the culmination of a cyclical pattern that characterizes many narcissistic relationships: idealize, devalue, discard. The discard phase marks the final stage of this cycle. Regardless of the method, the outcome is the same. You're left feeling devastated, confused, and utterly betrayed. Mark, a charismatic entrepreneur, swept Lisa, a talented artist, off her feet. He showered her with compliments, expensive gifts, and promises of helping her launch her art career. Behind closed doors, however, the fairy tale began to crumble. Mark, used to getting his way, became increasingly critical of Lisa's art, dismissing it as not commercially viable. The discard came swiftly and cruelly, leaving Lisa heartbroken and financially vulnerable. Sarah, a bright and ambitious young woman, fell for the charms of David, a successful older man. He promised her a life of luxury and travel, showering her with designer clothes, exotic vacations, and a lavish apartment. Sarah, initially enamored by the fairy tale lifestyle, soon realized she was trapped in a gilded cage. The discard came when Sarah finally mustered the courage to confront David about his controlling behavior. From soulmate to stranger, discard in a long-term marriage. John and Mary seemed like the perfect couple. Behind the facade of the perfect marriage, however, a darker truth festered. John, a covert narcissist, had mastered the art of subtle emotional abuse. He eventually left Mary for a younger woman, leaving her emotionally devastated and financially insecure. Embracing the reality acceptance as the first step. The first and perhaps most crucial step in the healing journey is accepting the reality of the situation. Acceptance is not about condoning their actions or minimizing your pain. It's about releasing yourself from the grip of denial and creating space for healing to begin. Remember, healing cannot begin until you acknowledge the depth of the wound. No contact, breaking free from the toxic cycle. Once you've begun to accept the reality of the situation, the next step is to establish and maintain strict no contact with the narcissist. This means cutting off all forms of communication, phone calls, text messages, emails, social media interactions, and avoiding any physical contact. No contact is essential for breaking free from the toxic cycle of manipulation and abuse that characterizes these relationships. Narcissists are masters of manipulation, skilled at exploiting your vulnerabilities and using guilt, charm, or anger to draw you back into their web. They may apologize profusely, promise to change, or even resort to threats or intimidation to regain control. It's crucial to remember that these tactics are just another form of manipulation designed to keep you emotionally invested and under their influence. No contact is not about punishing the narcissist. It's about protecting yourself from further emotional harm. It's about reclaiming your power, setting healthy boundaries, and creating the space you need to heal and move forward. This can be incredibly challenging, especially in the early stages of separation. You may experience intense cravings to reach out, to hear their voice, or to see if they've changed. During these moments of weakness, lean on your support system. Remind yourself of the reasons for establishing no contact, and focus on the positive changes you're making in your life. Rebuilding self-esteem, reclaiming your worth. Narcissistic abuse takes a heavy toll on self-esteem. The constant criticisms, put-downs, and manipulations chip away at your sense of self-worth, leaving you feeling inadequate, unworthy, and deeply insecure. Rebuilding your self-esteem is a vital part of the healing journey, allowing you to reclaim your power, embrace your strengths, and rediscover the unique and valuable person you truly are. Start by identifying and challenging the negative beliefs you've internalized as a result of the abuse. These beliefs often manifest as self-critical thoughts, such as, "I'm not good enough, I'm unlovable," or "It's my fault." Challenge these thoughts by asking yourself for evidence. Are these beliefs based on facts, or are they distortions created by the narcissist's manipulation? Replace these negative beliefs with positive affirmations that reflect your true worth. Write down your strengths, accomplishments, and the qualities you admire in yourself. Surround yourself with supportive people who uplift you and remind you of your value. Engage in activities that bring you joy and make you feel good about yourself. Remember, rebuilding self-esteem is an ongoing process. There will be setbacks and moments of self-doubt. Be patient with yourself, celebrate your progress, and never underestimate your strength and resilience. Seeking support, finding strength in connection. Healing from narcissistic abuse can be an isolating and overwhelming experience. It's essential to seek support from trusted sources who can provide validation, understanding, and guidance as you navigate this challenging journey. This support can come from various sources, including therapy, support groups, trusted friends and family members, or online communities. Therapy provides a safe and confidential space to process your experiences, explore your emotions, and develop healthy coping mechanisms. A therapist specializing in trauma or narcissistic abuse can help you understand the dynamics of the relationship, heal from the emotional wounds, and develop strategies for setting boundaries and protecting yourself from future harm. Support groups offer a unique opportunity to connect with others who have experienced the devastating effects of narcissistic abuse. Sharing your experiences in a safe and supportive environment can help you feel less alone, reduce feelings of shame and isolation, and gain valuable insights and coping strategies from others who understand what you're going through. Remember, healing is not a solitary journey. Reaching out for support is a sign of strength and self-compassion. Surrounding yourself with a supportive network of people who understand and validate your experiences can make all the difference in your recovery. Healing from narcissistic abuse is a gradual process, often subtle in its unfolding. It's not like flipping a switch and suddenly finding yourself free from the pain and confusion. Instead, it's a journey of small victories, of incremental shifts in perspective and self-perception. One significant sign of healing is realizing you are no longer consumed by thoughts of the narcissist. The constant rumination and obsessive replaying of past conversations begin to fade. You may find yourself thinking about the narcissist less frequently, and the thoughts no longer carry the same emotional weight. The past is still a part of your story, but it no longer defines your present or dictates your future. As you heal, you begin to look towards the future with a sense of hope and optimism that may have seemed unimaginable during the darkest days of your recovery. The fear and uncertainty that once clouded your vision begin to dissipate, replaced by a renewed sense of possibility and a belief in your own ability to create a brighter future. This shift in perspective is not about erasing the past or pretending that the pain never existed. It's about recognizing that you're not defined by what you've endured. You are a survivor, and your strength and resilience have paved the way for a more fulfilling and authentic life. This newfound hope may manifest in various ways. You may find yourself setting new goals, pursuing long-abandoned dreams, or simply embracing the simple joys of life with a newfound appreciation. You may feel drawn to new experiences, eager to explore the world and all it has to offer without the constraints of the narcissistic relationship. This is a time for growth, for rediscovering your passions, and for creating a life that aligns with your values and aspirations. The path ahead may not always be easy, but you face the challenges with a newfound sense of courage and determination, knowing that you have the strength to overcome whatever obstacles come your way. The journey of healing from narcissistic abuse is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. One of the most profound outcomes of healing from narcissistic abuse is the emergence of your authentic self. The narcissist's constant need for control and manipulation may have forced you to suppress your true nature, to conform to their expectations, and to dim your light to avoid their disapproval. But as you heal, you begin to shed these layers of conditioning and embrace the person you were always meant to be. This process of rediscovering your authentic self can be both exhilarating and challenging. You may find yourself questioning long-held beliefs, exploring new interests, and expressing yourself in ways you never thought possible. You may feel a surge of creativity, a desire to connect with your passions, and a newfound appreciation for the simple joys of life. This is a time to embrace your individuality, to celebrate your quirks and imperfections, and to live life on your own terms. The journey of healing from narcissistic abuse is not just about recovering from the trauma. It's about transformation, about reclaiming your power, and about stepping into the fullness of who you are. It's about letting go of the past and embracing the future with a newfound sense of hope, purpose, and authenticity. As you continue to heal, remember to be patient with yourself, to celebrate your progress, and to never underestimate your strength and resilience. You are worthy of love, happiness, and a life filled with genuine connection and fulfillment. The journey from the wreckage of narcissistic abuse is arduous, a testament to the indomitable human spirit. The pain of betrayal can leave scars that run deep. Yet within those scars lies the story of your survival, not as the victim of a narcissist's manipulation, but as the architect of your own destiny. Embrace your journey, celebrate your victories, and step boldly into the light of your own authenticity. The world awaits the unique and powerful voice you were always meant to share.